Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us and welcome to today's webinar. What AI means for you as a tester and your future role in automation. Just a reminder, please keep your microphones muted. If you have any questions during the presentation, kindly type them into the chat, and we will also address questions during open discussion at the end. The webinar is going to run for about 30 minutes. We'll start with insights on the current state of software testing, then explore the AI tools and capabilities available to testers today. And after that, we'll introduce the TestWheel platform and showcase the solutions we provide QA teams and finish with a brief demo of TestWheel so you can see the platform in action. All right, so a little bit about me. My name is Dilavar, and I'm a technical analyst here at TestWheel. I work with our clients such as the U.S. Air Force and the Department of Defense to help modernize their testing processes and adopt TestWheel. We help their QA teams transition from manual or open source workflows to streamlined no-code testing. And the team leads and project managers that I work with report that we've helped improve overall testing efficiency, increase regression test coverage, and enhance their overall software quality for mission critical applications. So we're extremely proud of these results, which reflect our commitment to providing AI-powered no-code testing solutions that ensure every release for our clients is functional, bug-free, and reliable. Cover a brief agenda. So like I said earlier, the webinar is expected to run for about 30 minutes. We're going to start on some insights of the current state of software testing. Then we'll move into AI capabilities and solutions offered for QAs and SDETs. And then finally, we'll move into why TestWheel and finish off with a brief demo of the TestWheel platform. All right. So what does the current testing process for most teams look like right now? Today, most teams rely on a mix of manual testing and script-based automation tools like Selenium. Both approaches are slow, repetitive, and prone to human error, and they're often difficult to scale, especially in fast-paced CI/CD pipelines. Open source tools like Selenium offer some benefits, allowing teams to write reusable automated scripts, and if it provides faster testing and broader coverage, but it does come with its challenges. So the script writing is time consuming. They break easily with minor UI changes and require constant upkeep. And in many cases, maintaining these test cases becomes a bottleneck in itself. Traditional testing methods often can't keep pace with modern demands and let defects slip all the way through into production, leading to costly consequences. According to IBM, fixing a bug after release can cost up to 100 times more than fixing it in the design phase. NIST estimates software bugs cost the U.S. economy nearly 60 billion annually, over half of which could be avoided with stronger testing practices. And in fact, over 80% of production bugs could be caught earlier with more efficient testing processes. So what's the solution here? AI-powered test automation platforms like TestWheel streamline and accelerate testing while delivering broader coverage with fewer resources. So AI no-code test authoring with self-healing is the natural evolution of traditional open source automation tools like Selenium or Playwright. These platforms enable development teams to test software faster than legacy approaches by simply simplifying the test maintenance, removing the learning curve for complex workflows and programming, and reducing technical requirements by eliminating the need to write and constantly maintain code. Let's take a look at the return on investment. So return on investment of adopting a no-code AI-enhanced solution is significant. It cuts costs, drives efficiency, and bridges staffing gaps by allowing anyone in your organization to run automated tests. It eliminates the need for manually written open source scripts in Java, C#, or other complex programming languages, which makes testing accessible to QAs of all skill levels while setting up your team for future maintenance and operational efficiency. All right. Now let's take a look at some of the specific AI capabilities that are available to you today and just a brief intro into how they work. So with a agentic AI, you can author tests without manually writing steps or Selenium scripts. You just describe the test steps in natural language, and an AI agent will then help generate a test case for you through the platform. So this significantly reduces the test creation time and required expertise compared to traditional methods. TestWheel's AI agent allows for users to provide basic requests in natural language and then converts them into automation test cases for you, simplifying the test creation process. What if you make a UI change? So minor UI changes are notorious for breaking automation tests built with Selenium, which is where the term flaky testing comes from. So with AI, you get the ability to say goodbye to that. Even if you're making frequent UI changes, AI would have you covered. TestWheel self-healing technology detects and rectifies UI changes automatically while providing detailed reporting on what changed and how it was resolved. Transitioning to a different testing process can also prove to be challenging. So teams adopting a new tool would often worry about disrupting workflows and lengthy learning curves while also trying to meet their deadlines. And this is where AI helps. At TestWheel, we make transitioning from manual or script-based testing to no-code automation seamless. Our AI test conversion capability instantly transforms your manual testing or your manual test cases or existing Selenium scripts into reusable automated self-healing tests, which means there's no need to start from scratch. So what do we get from this? TestWheel is purpose-built to host all these AI capabilities and more, including codeless test authoring, AI-assisted self-healing, AI test case and script conversion, built-in chatbot support and tutorials, and more. Our mission at TestWheel is to provide an all-in-one testing platform that delivers enterprise-grade capabilities without the enterprise-grade costs. So instead of juggling separate tools for web applications, mobile apps, and APIs, you get everything under one cost-effective framework with built-in test management. Right. So, like I touched on at the beginning, TestWheel has helped federal organizations to modernize to a no-code automation testing. For our clients at the U.S. Air Force, we increased their test coverage by transitioning them to a fully automated no-code workflow and fully implementing automated regression testing, where previously there was no regression testing taking place due to just a lack of resources and fast-paced development life cycle. Some other federal organizations that are using TestWheel include the Department of Defense, the National Archives, and the Department of Commerce. So why, you might wonder, is TestWheel trusted and chosen for testing mission critical applications? It comes down to security and compliance. So TestWheel is Iron Bank listed, which means we meet the highest DoD security standards and are pre-vetted for federal use. This listing expedites adoption for software tools across government organizations. We also integrate seamlessly with existing data systems, systems of records, and ERP platforms. And we're chosen because of our short learning curve and test coverage for web, native mobile, API load testing, and more. So with the right security and compliance in place, both public organizations and private enterprises can confidently adopt AI-driven testing and unlock the potential to handle repetitive tasks and empower testers to focus more on what actually matters, which is releasing higher quality software. So just a brief recap over what we've covered and what TestWheel has to offer. So TestWheel is an AI-powered no-code test automation platform that enables fast end-to-end automated testing for web, load, API, and native mobile applications. We offer all the AI, we offer all the AI capabilities on the market today and more, including AI test creation, self-healing, and script conversion. So whether you're transitioning from manual testing or migrating away from open source frameworks, TestWheel simplifies automation with codeless test creation, intelligent workflows, and built-in integrations with CI/CD tools like Jira, Azure DevOps, and more. We also offer full test management features to help QA leaders plan, track, and report across teams all in one place. And at TestWheel, our goal is to make automation accessible, scalable, and efficient for teams of all sizes. So we offer one-on-one sessions, monthly updates and releases, and a strong support network for our users. With that, I'm going to go ahead and shift gears into a high-level demo so you can see TestWheel in action. All right, so welcome to the TestWheel demonstration. So I'll just briefly reintroduce you to TestWheel. It's a cloud-based AI-enhanced test automation solution that can handle web, mobile API, load testing, and more, all in one platform. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So right after we log in, we land on the dashboard, and this gives you a high-level view of all testing activity with interactive charts, tracking execution, pass-fail rates, and trends over time, which makes it easy to see your testing progress using TestWheel at a glance. For today's demo, we're just going to navigate around some of the features on the left-hand menu here, and I'll just showcase a high-level overview of some of the features provided by TestWheel platform. So starting at the top here, we see users. TestWheel is built for collaborative testing, meaning one admin can manage multiple testers and developers. You see here. So everyone would have defined roles, but they work on the same projects for better visibility and teamwork. On the application page, the application page serves as a sort of home base. Each row or application here represents a test or test workflow and shows application name, type, description, and environment. And we touched on this earlier during the presentation, but a brief breakdown of how it works. So TestWheel's AI augmented self-healing takes a clean test run as a baseline, and for all future runs while it's toggled on, it will check for any minor changes to UI locators and alter them for you. At the end of that test run, it also provides a report letting you know what changed and what it was changed to. And you just have the ability to toggle this on or off using this run switch here. You can edit tests with this pencil icon over here. This allows you to change the description, the type of test from web application to REST API, and as well as the environment that you want to test in. The green play button on the end here is how we initiate a test. You just hover over it and select the browser that you want to run the test in, and that will go ahead and start your test. And then finally, we have a record and playback feature as well, which works as a standard record and playback feature. You select the application you'd want to record data for, provide a URL, and carry out your test steps. So standard record and playback. So once you finish recording a workflow using record and playback, TestWheel automatically populates the sheets, which we're going to take a look at in a second here, the UI properties and user data sheets. And then once you've finished recording, you can export that test, navigate to test data, and then in application data, you have the ability to see all the recorded test data. With TestWheel, we also have the ability of using the chatbot or agentic AI to help create tests as well. So the agentic AI allows you or provides you with additional assistance with the TestWheel platform, and then also assists with authoring test cases. So you just provide a URL, and from there, a set of tests will be offered to select from, test workflows. Let's go ahead and provide it a URL right now. Let me see here. Okay, very good. So we're going to use the login form for this tax e-filing software over here. And we're going to take a look at what the agentic AI does for us. So we can see here, our AI has successfully navigated to tax to e-files login page. And now we have the ability to enter credentials to log in, recover your password, register, or use a Google or Microsoft single sign-on. In this case, we're going to go ahead and follow through with the login steps. Provide an email. Give it a second to enter that email. Then we'd provide our password and follow through with the login. And you can see here, TestWheel has successfully clicked the login button and moved on to the next page. And it provides you a description of some other forms that you have the ability to access, as well as what page you're on. Okay. So in this case, that's what we're going to call the test. So we'll just go ahead and type end. And TestWheel will ask us where we want to save this recorded test. So for that, you just have to select the test case that you'd like to populate with test data. We will do 6, 7, 8. All right, and you'll see we got the message that our export is now successful. And we can now find that test data within our application data sheet here. And you see the URL that we provided. We've got the login with the email, password, and then click login. All steps recorded. The test scenario details. And you can edit all of this to however you'd like as a user. So you can provide a specific data table names, sheet names, test case names, step names, whatever you need. All right. And then finally, we also have the user data sheet here, where we have the ability to make any changes to user data if we need to. We will go ahead and run this now before I move on. So that's just one or two of our methods of test data gathering. Another method TestWheel offers is an optional Excel-driven workflow for structured test creation. So TestWheel provides 3 pre-formatted Excel sheets that include the authentication sheet, UI properties, and user data. And for those, you head over to Documents, and you download them right here. So most teams nowadays prefer our DevOps integrations, AI-generated tests, or the record and playback tool. But the Excel option remains a simple, low-code approach and is a great place for teams to start generating consistent testing practices through TestWheel. And just a brief look at what those test cases look like. Huh. I lost my cursor there for a second. Here is the authentication sheet, which hosts an About Me. Within the data pool, it allows you to select any URLs that you might need. So you get the option for 4 URLs, which means you can customize a URL for 4 environments. In this case, we have we have an environment for dev, test, UAT, and production, and you can customize that as needed. Within the test script data pool is where you house your application's workflow itself. So for this specific test case, we've got a test login and then a test form. The next sheet we'd look at is our UI properties sheet, and this hosts the actual UI's test data. So again, you get an about us along with the function library. And then with each worksheet down below, you're actually separating the test workflow itself. So we get a test step names, type, values, actions, all the way through to pass, fail, and actual results. And then finally, we have the user data sheet, which, like it sounds, houses the actual test user data. So once you've populated those 3 data sheets, all you have to do is come here and upload them to whichever application that you'd like to upload those specific test cases to. Mm. Next, we'll take a look at some of our integrations. So TestWheel integrates directly with Azure DevOps to make manual to automated testing migration seamless. So to connect your DevOps environments, you just head to integrations on the left-hand side here and enter the necessary information. So we'll go to Azure first. You can see I've already configured an environment there. Once you've configured it, you can head back to manual and select the test you'd like to import from your DevOps environment. So in this case, I created an application called demo Azure import, and that's the application I selected to import our test case to. You offer up your Azure URL, private access token, project name, and then toggle auto bug creation on or off. Once that's done, like I said, you head over to manual test, select the application, and I've already uploaded the test case in here. You select your test, and there it is. All right. Once it's connected, TestWheel pulls these test cases directly from DevOps and converts them into automated scripts, which helps save significant time and reduce errors. Very similarly, we offer a Jira integration. So again, you head to the integrations tab, select view configuration or add configuration. In this case, we'll just hit the edit button and take a look. So again, you provide an application, the Jira URL, your username, API token, project key, and then toggle auto bug creation on or off, depending. And the same as it was with Azure DevOps, we head back to manual test, select our application, and then within upload test case, rather than selecting Excel-based or Azure import, we'd select Jira import. Okay. TestWheel also offers API testing, and it offers this in 3 forms. It allows you to either use a Swagger import, a manual API test setup, and then as well as a JWT authenticated API. For the Swagger import, it's relatively simple. You select your application, this API Swagger. You type in your URL. In this case, I've already imported my Swagger API tests. But once you enter your URL, you would hit fetch your APIs, and then that will immediately populate your test field with your Swagger imported API tests. Then it's as simple as adding your test data, provide test name, HTTP type, and target URL, and you'd be good to run from the application page. You look at API test manual. With the manual test setup, you can create the test manually. So you just select here, add test data, provide a test name, HTTP type, and then a target URL. And then offer up any parameters, authorization, headers, and body expected and request bodies that you may need. Okay. And again, you run these tests from the application tab. And in the same way as a manual API, JWT authenticated API works the same. You offer up your JWT data, add in your authentication inputs, and then create your test case. The API management module allows any user to trigger the test from anywhere. So once the application is registered, you can trigger the test from anywhere in the CI/CD pipeline, integrating with tools like Jenkins. It'll trigger the test and generate the report for you. And currently we have an Azure DevOps plugin of publicly available, as well as a Jenkins Marketplace integration as well. TestWheel also offers load and performance testing. It's a JMeter based load testing, and what we basically do is we select that load test page and configure users briefly. So we'll go ahead and move down to our load test. Add test case. So it's very simple. You add your test name, provide a user and loop count, select your HTTP type, and then target URL. TestWheel does also support transaction-based load testing, which if we look here, you can see I've offered 3 steps for the URLs to get hit, and each one gets hit with 100 users at a 10 loop count. Once you've run your test, TestWheel provides Apdex metrics, response times, throughput, and error rates. And these look something like this. I'll go ahead and show you a quick download. When you download them, they are downloaded as a zip file. You just extract all. And then once extracted, you have the ability to view your report, which will look something like this. All right. TestWheel also offers a ZAP integrated security testing built around the OWASP top 10. Let's go ahead and navigate there now and take a look at some of those reports. This is a test we've run today. The reports show any alerts alongside the security threat level and then the mitigations, if any, to avoid the threats. The integrations will be expanding as we continue to develop the security scanning features. So things like crawling websites, authenticated scans, etc., will be coming in the next couple months. Okay. And finally, TestWheel offers detailed reporting. So we can see here, step-by-step test is a very basic one. It's a login followed by a form check. And you get a step-by-step test along with screenshots and a video recording of the test run as well. And here's our test that we recorded from the Agentic AI. Take a look at one of those screenshots. So you can see the email was already entered and it was in the process of entering a password. Each test also comes with a recorded video as well. These reports provide full traceability and they're easy to share with team members or auditors. Make it very simple to track progress. So that concludes our demo. Today's demo covered the dashboard overview, collaboration and applications, the basic Excel workflow, agentic AI,